What's going on, everybody? John Eric Poli here with My MMA News, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the story of Nick Newell. He's been around the MMA scene for quite some time. He currently competes in Bellator MMA, and of course, his story is so unique to the sport. He competes without a left arm, and if you haven't heard of his story, now you're definitely going to because Hollywood has picked it up. The film Notorious Nick hits theaters tomorrow, August 6th. It'll be streaming available on August 17th, so make sure you guys check out the film. Nick, thanks for being here today, man. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule and being here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm looking forward to the movie. Anyone that's interested, it drops tonight at midnight. You can order it anywhere that you can order movies.
So did you ever think that one day Hollywood would be coming to you making a movie on you?
I mean, no. I mean, who thinks that one day someone's gonna actually want to make a movie about your life? So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty surreal, and it's pretty cool that people took time out of their lives to really make something so good like this.
So how much of a role, I guess, did you play in this film? Like, did they come to you with the script and say, like, hey, what do you think? Did you add and subtract things out? Like, what was kind of like your role behind the scenes here?
So Howard Bird and Mark DeSalle flew me out to LA. We discussed this previously and we worked something out, and they flew me out to LA, and I met with a team of writers and I kind of shared my story with them. And then, it's been a long process. It's been almost 7 years since I met with them, and they turned it into a reality and got this movie made.
Now you're being played by Cody Christian, of course, very well known. I remember like growing up, Teen Wolf was very popular. Is very well known from that. I believe Pretty Little Liars as well. How do you think he did as portraying you in this film?
I think he did me justice. He's a good looking guy, so that's first and foremost the most important thing. Um, but he did a great job acting. He really captured me very well and my personality and the things that go into it. So he definitely did the role justice. And having talked with him, we actually have a lot in common. So he's a good guy.
Now, did you get to interact with any of the other cast? Get to be on set for any of it or anything like that?
I was not on set for any of the movie. I had really no idea what I was getting myself into when I watched a movie. About a month ago, I watched it for the first time, and I loved it. It was a great movie. So I am glad it was actually more of a surprise than anything, and it turned out to be something that I really enjoyed.
So I do want to now get into your background here just a little bit, in case there are people that maybe aren't too familiar with your story, and of course you're going to see it here in theaters just a little bit. You went out for wrestling, and you actually hated it, and your mom made you stick it out. Just talk about that moment and how difficult that decision was to continue to go to wrestling practice when you didn't want to be there.
Yeah, that was really my first day. Just my first day, I went. They had a thing called captain's practice first, and like they made us run, and I like got sick just from running. I never really exercised like that. So I had wrestled around with my friends a little bit, but when I went to practice and I actually went against people that knew what they were doing, I got smashed, and I was like, okay, this isn't for me. And I was told that I signed up, I was not allowed to quit. So I'm glad I stuck with it, because even like a couple of days after that, I fell in love with it.
I was gonna say, how did you start like turning things around in that? Then it was just a matter of getting comfortable, and once you finally learned everything, that it kind of started coming natural to you. Like, what was the process like of starting to actually enjoy wrestling practice?
Yeah, well, my first year, I was kind of small for my weight class. I was a 103 pounder, so 103 pounds, but I only weighed like 97 pounds. I was a really small kid, and I lost my first 17 matches. I think I finished 2 in 22 my freshman year, and then in the off season, I was encouraged to work hard by a friend, Pete Pennsylvania, and me and him hung out and we wrestled a lot and trained a lot. And then the next year I came back and I was winning. So I got like all these extra I got almost like 2 seasons in of wrestling in the off season, and I ended up winning 123 matches in high school.
And I know we're tight on time today, and I have a lot of interviews lined up here, so I do want to just get 2 more questions in with you before you head out. First of which, now we'll talk about MMA here. You were saying how good of a wrestler you ended up being once you were able to turn things around, start to enjoy things there. Talk about that transition into mixed martial arts. Just how tough was that? Because we've seen wrestlers that have tried it and hate it. You obviously fell in love with the sport. How exactly did you make that transition?
I realized that all good things take time, and just like wrestling, I took my time and I made sure that I was doing things the right way and the smart way and working hard. And since I saw MMA on TV, I was like, this is something I have to try. Like, I always kind of wanted to see how I would do in a fight, but I'm not a very confrontational person. So I started training hard and working hard, and I just kind of got carried away, and it became a career. And now I have a movie out about my life.
Of course, we've been enjoying the journey so far, and we just saw you compete last in June. Do we see you in the Bellator cage again in 2021, or are you done for the year?
We'll see. I'm gonna take probably this next month. I'm training. I'm still training. I'm still working hard. I just and don't have my foot on the gas pedal. So maybe we'll see once September comes how I feel, and then we'll see if I get one more in before the end of the year.
And now I kind of want to tie everything together here. We're talking about your early life, talking about current day training MMA, the movie being made. When you were a young kid, you really looked up to Jim Abbott. Of course, he was a pitcher in the major leagues for a long time, pitched with the New York Yankees, where he pitched a no-hitter. How inspirational was it when you were growing up to see somebody like that succeed at such a high level in sports?
It was the inspiration. It was the ultimate inspiration. It was the thing that made me believe that I could do things, because it made me not feel different than other people. Seeing him go out there and do his thing and pitch a no-hitter and play for the greatest sports franchise in the world, the Yankees, and it was big. That was near me. My grandparents actually took me to meet him multiple times, and later in life, after a fight, I ended up hanging out with him and getting lunch, and it was really cool. Actually, the interview's still online.
So what was that moment like where you finally got to meet your idol growing up and have a conversation with him?
It was good. We saw eye to eye on a lot of things and a lot of topics in the limb different community, and there's not like really any division in the community or anything like that, but obviously everyone is entitled to their own opinion and has their different circumstances, and Jim and I agree on a lot of things. So it was pretty cool to know that the person I look up to, him and I see eye to eye.
All right, and then finally one last thing here today. What are you doing tonight for the film when it comes out at midnight? You having a party? You doing anything special for it? What are you doing for it?
Yeah, I mean, I already watched it, so I saw it actually by myself. So my wife can finally get to see it, so she's gonna order it and watch it.
Very nice. All right. If there's anybody out there after they see this interview, see this movie, they want to follow you on social media, go ahead, tell everybody where they can find you at. If you have management sponsors, anybody you have to plug as well, please feel free to do so.
At Notorious Newell, and order my movie anywhere you can order movies online. It's a great movie. You can watch it with your family. You can watch it with your friends. It's a movie that everyone can enjoy.
And there you guys have it. That was Nick Newell. Really looking forward to seeing this movie. A reminder again, the film Notorious Nick is in theaters starting at midnight. So obviously August 6th is the date of that release. Streaming services are available. It will be everywhere just about that. Movies could be streamed by August 17th. So make sure you guys check out that film, and make sure you're checking out MyMMANews for all the great content that we have coming out there. Also, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Just go right down the bottom and click that subscribe button. This way you'll be able to get notified whenever more interviews like this come out. And also, if you want to go to my social media, it's at John Eric Pollack. You can give me a like and a follow there as well. We'll see you later, everybody.